Hi there, welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is going to be my top 10 favorite lip products. Welcome to everybody watching today. Thank you so very much for joining me. In today's video, I wanted to share with you my top 10 favorite holy grail lip products. From glosses to lip liners and lipsticks and the whole 9 yards, drugstore, high-end, you name it. We're going to be sharing it in this video today. I wanted to do a little mini series here on the channel in July, and this was the theme I chose to do. I've already done complexion and cheek products, and I still have eyes left, so definitely stay tuned for more goodness in this little mini series I have going on. Let's get to these products. Shall we go from sheerest to most intense? I think we should. Sheerest is probably a tinted lip balm. My favorite tinted lip balm is the Glossier Balm.com. I have others. I like some Catrice bits as well. I didn't include a lip oil in this video because I feel with lip oil, if you have one, you don't need any others. And again, the Catrice ones are really nice as well. But with a tinted lip balm, for some reason, like if I want to wear something on my lips, but I don't want it to be too obvious, then I go for a tinted lip balm, and I tend to wear those more nowadays than I do tinted lip oils. I feel like tinted lip oils were like a fluke, and now I'm like I'm not that focused on them anymore. But yeah, this Glossier Wild Fig version I really like. I now also have the Black Cherry one. These are really beautiful products, and I do really enjoy having these on my lips for sure. Next up is glosses, and I can't show you the progress I made on these because I just had them lying on their sides, but you're just gonna have to trust me that both of these Tower 28 Milky Jelly glosses are about halfway done. The Pistachio shade, which is the lighter one of the two, this one here, is I think like roughly down to here, and this one is like I think like closer to the T here. This is a shade Sesame. These are really pretty. I'm trying to use them up because Tower 28 is a brand that tends to have fewer preservatives in their products. So I want to use these up before they expire. So I made a little project for myself to try and use up these two lip glosses before the end of the year, and I've been making great progress. I just keep them on top of my vanity, and that way I just use them several times a week, and I've been making great progress on these little guys. I chuck them into my work bag as well from time to time, and so far I've been loving my little Tower 28 lip glosses. I'm actually thinking of repurchasing them when they do run out. I did buy both of these shades after using up the shade Coconut a few years ago, so these are already repurchases, you could say, and it's just been my go-to lip gloss formula. However, I do feel that I have other lip glosses now in my collection that I'm kind of neglecting because I have these two that I'm rotating through all the time. So I do think I first need to get more use out of other glosses I have before buying these again, because they are so prone to expiration. I don't want to have them just sitting in my collection not being able to use them. So if I repurchase them, it's going to be taking a little while longer, but if they still do them like a year or two down the line after using these up, then I will certainly be buying them again. And in more recent years, I have been really chuffed with the Fwee little 3D Volumin glosses, and you know me, I love a bit of innovation in my makeup products, and I feel like Fwee is just really bringing it. Fwee is a K-beauty brand, and I've tried several things by them, but I feel that this latest launch from them, at least that I've tried, has been marvelous. These are in the same shade, Currant, but this one's the 30% and this is the 70%. Less pigmentation, more pigmentation. Sheerer, more opaque. I think that's so smart to have a shade that is essentially the same thing, but just tone it up or dial it up depending on what you want. I do have 4 of these now. I also have Scotch in the 30%, and I have Angdu, which is a reddish tone, in the 30% as well. I don't really see myself wearing fully opaque lip gloss all the time, which is why I tend to go for the sheer options, but this opaque version is really lovely as well. And that's why I wanted to share it with you. I think this, even though it's a newer product, I just think it's so innovative. These do have a bit of a fruity scent though, which you have to like. Same with the Glossier, that also has a scent. Lip liner then, I'm just throwing it in here. I didn't used to be a lip liner gal, I just wasn't. and I just really didn't see the need, and then I discovered that I like MAC lip liners and I like Kiko lip liners. The creamy color lip liners from Kiko are excellent, but I really wanted to highlight just one shade, and I feel like this shade from MAC, this is Greige. This is my favorite lip liner by them. This has already been sharpened several times, and I'm really liking it. So many of the lip liners that I see hyped up in the online makeup community, not for me. I've tried some of them. I have them sitting in my makeup collection. Some like Cool Spice, really pretty, looks orange on me. This looks actually great. And this goes really well with Stone lipstick, even though it doesn't, we have Stone lip liner as well. But Stone lipstick, it goes really well with some taupey things I have from Kiko, and it goes with some other things as well. My favorite way to combine this though is with a really pale pink, also by MAC, called Pink Peppermint. And Pink Peppermint by itself, not my shade. I add Greige lip liner and I take it to the next level. So I have definitely found the use of adding certain lip liners with different lipsticks, and my go-to combo is now Greige with Pink Peppermint. I was like, I need to find a way to make Pink Peppermint look better on myself. It's pretty white-based and blue-toned, so that can be a little bit too light for my complexion. It makes me look a little sickly, you could say. But with Greige, it is so beautiful on. And then I have some favorite K-Beauty lip products as well. Of course, Fwee was also K-Beauty, but if you want a little bit more pigmentation or longer wearing products than a gloss, then definitely look into lip tints or lip stains. This is the Juicy Lasting Tint from Romand. This is in Odd Grape. This is a really pretty cool tone shade, super long lasting on the lips. The way these products work, again, a very sweet smell. I do have to apologize if you're sensitive to scents, you may not like that, but I find with these, it evaporates really quickly once it's on your lips. You don't really smell it all day or anything like that. But the idea of a lip tint is actually really simple. You apply it, you let it sit, and the tint will be there all day. The initial shine might wear off, but there is going to be color that lasts until you take it off with an oil-based makeup remover, but without the heaviness of a traditional liquid lipsticks. I love lip tints, especially when I'm traveling or on long work days. I tend to always forget about touching up my lipsticks as I'm going about my day, so lip tints have been a game changer for me. I find that the Romand ones are a little bit more sheer, a little bit more like barely there sort of looks sometimes, but it really depends on the formula you get. If you want something that's more like a liquefied lipstick, then I can recommend the Ink Velvets from Peri Para. This is in shade 31. This is Wine Nude. I've raved about this shade for such a long time. This is really pretty. It's sort of like in between a brown, a purple, and a gray. I really enjoy that shade. It just has more pigmentation, and it's a little less dewy than a lot of the other lip stains and lip tints I always try. So you have the Romand Juicy Lasting Tint and the Glassy Water Tint, and you can already hear just from what the product is called that it's supposed to be like a hype, like it's just a very long lasting lip gloss, you could say. With this, it's more like a lip cream, but it stains your lips at the same time. So this throughout the day, like, yes, it's going to wear off, but it will have this really beautiful sort of shade that's left behind at the end of the day, and I really love these Peri Para ones. I have multiple of those. I have decluttered some of the shades I used to own in the past because I sometimes struggle finding the best shades, especially because I can't find a lot of the K-Beauty products I love in stores. I'm pretty much dependent on buying those online. So sometimes a shade can look really nice on the website, and then I get it home and I'm like, oh, that's not quite right for me. That looks orange. So I've pretty much decluttered most of the orangey tone things, and then I've just kept the shades I liked, and then if I found a shade that I thought could work again for me, I bought some more. But I think I have like 20 of the Romand lip tints in like slightly different formulas and shades, and then I have like 8 of those Peri Para lip ink velvets currently in my makeup collection. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. These are some of my tried and true, and I keep buying those because I really like it, even though I do feel now I have the shades I was hoping to get with some of the things that I made mistakes with. So I don't need any more at the minute. Then I have my favorite drugstore foundation, and it's also these particular shades. This shade by Revlon. This is Laid Back Lilac. This is the Super Lustrous Cream lipstick. is on my lips today. It's a little bit dry. I've been filming videos back to back today, so it probably has worn down a little bit, but I love this shade. It's my lips but better. It has a slight hint of gray to it. It's such a good cool tone nude mauve shade. Lorraine, thanks so much for the recommendation, because that shade is chef's kiss. I like Sassy Mauve as well by Revlon. I definitely like that as well. But this is even more perfect for me, which I love. And it's from the drugstore, so who doesn't love a good thing? Revlon, not that easy to get if you're in the Netherlands. I do have to apologize. Zalando usually stocks it best. I bought mine in the UK because that's the best way for me to buy Revlon, I have found. Catrice, though, very much available where I live. The Scandalous Matte range wasn't discontinued in a heartbeat by Catrice, and they are doing this shade. This is casually overdressed. Yes, it looks purple in the tube. No, it's not overly purple, but it's more like a vibrant neon pink with like a blue-purple undertone. It's very similar to Lisa Eldridge's New Wave, but this is cooler toned. New Wave from Lisa Eldridge has a slight hint of warmth to it that this one doesn't have. So I actually prefer this one. I use this all the time. It's such a good shade. If I want to go for a vibrant, cool toned color, this is the thing I'm currently really loving. So that shade is really lovely for me. For my high-end favorites, I've selected nudes from these ranges, but these are the two high-end brands I have the most lipsticks by. It's MAC and Lisa Eldridge. I own all of the bullet lipsticks by Lisa Eldridge that come in this shape. I don't have all of the new ones. I don't have all of the Balm Embrace or the one in the refillable packaging. I don't have all those shades because I felt they were too similar to things I already have. So I've just decided to take up Velvet Muse because you know you love a lipstick when it's this far down. I'm gonna have to buy a new one of this at some point, and I would, because Velvet Muse is one of my favorite neutral shades that I have in my entire makeup collection. It's got a lot of warmth to it, so it's probably not going to be right for everyone, but the Lisa Eldridge True Velvets especially, but also the Luxuriously Lucents and the Insanely Saturated are some of my all-time favorite lipsticks. There's a reason why I own the entire range. Do I wear all of the shades equally? No, of course I don't. Not all of them look this worn down. I was making really good progress on my favorite red from the line, which is Velvet Ribbon, but then it broke. So I had to repurchase that actually, which I did. I did repurchase Velvet Ribbon and Velvet Beauty when it was still available. Velvet Beauty has been like this unsuspected favorite from the line. I really love Velvet Jazz. That's my other favorite red. And then from the Luxuriously Lucents, I tend to wear Painterly the most and Wonder Wheel, which is like the brighter version. But I also like Rosy Shell, which is like this cooler blue tone pink sometimes. I haven't really been digging into my Luxuriously Lucents as of late. It's more like a summer thing for me. So I tend to wear the True Velvets more so in the fall-winter season, and then the Luxuriously Lucents in the spring-summer season because they're sheerer and they have more shine. And then from the Insanely Saturateds, I do really enjoy New Wave as well. But Skyscraper Rose, that's my favorite from that range. Those would be like, I think if I had to pick like my top 5 favorite Lisa Eldridge shades, it would be Velvet Ribbon, Velvet Muse, maybe Velvet Sorcery. They're sort of up against one another, but Velvet Ribbon as a red, Velvet Muse, Wonder Wheel, Painterly, and Skyscraper Rose. Those would be my picks from the entire. Like if you just want to get yourself a Lisa Eldridge starter kit, I would go for those. And then I have MAC, and this is Twig. Such a good one. This actually expired on me, and I did repurchase it because I loved the shade just that much, and I was like, I no longer have Twig. I need to get myself Twig. And this is such, like, where Muse has a lot of brown, this has warmth, but it's more plum-based, which is what I enjoy. Like, I think, though, if you were to swatch them together, they don't look obviously that different, especially not once they're applied to the lips, but Twig has been a go-to for years. Again, my Twig was, like, halfway down, and then it started to smell like Play-Doh, and I had to just stop using it. I could no longer do it. So yeah, there's definitely that. From MAC, there are plenty of other shades I like. I like Brave. I like Pink Peppermint. There was a shade I was wearing a lot over the fall time. What was it called? I don't even remember. Rebel, I really like. I've just been repurchasing a lot of the MAC lipsticks that I used to own, and of course they did this massive launch in January with these more cool tone shades. So I now have Stone, I have Film Noir, Mixed Media, like, because MAC redid their entire lipstick range. So in like the past year, I think we got the mattes around this time last year, and then we got the satins around the fall time, and then they did that shade extension in January. So there's been so many great things, I feel, when it comes to MAC lipsticks, and it's really rekindled my love for all things MAC lipstick. I may still want to buy Diva, may still want to buy that, and maybe I want to buy Cheeryep, because that's a shade I used to own as well. People have been asking me about that shade. Again, used to own it, and expired on me, and you know, MAC lipsticks aren't the cheapest, so it's not as if I go out and buy like 10 MAC lipsticks in one go. I tend to like buy them like 2 or 3 at a time. Whenever there's a sale on, I'll like do a couple of things here, but I think I have space for like 1 or 2 more MAC lipsticks in my makeup collection. So not entirely sure yet when I will be adding those things, but it is sort of on the wish list to be buying some more MAC shades for sure. And yeah, MAC was one of my favorite brands, like way back in the way back when. I think, was it called Velvet Teddy or just Teddy? I always forget the name because I have the True Velvets from Lisa Eldridge. I always mess up the name, but that shade was my first ever MAC lipstick, and that lasted like 12 years or something like that. That was a shade that just would not expire. Whereas I had so many other lipsticks that I bought at the same time that expired on me super quickly, and that MAC lipstick just kept going. It just kept going. So yeah, thanks so much for watching me here today. Those were my favorite, top 10 favorite lip products that I wanted to share with you here. If you were looking for swatches, I have videos up with all of these things, so you can actually see them going onto my lips as well. Maybe not everything, but I will make sure to link you to any reviews I have in the description box down below. There will also be some shopping links in case you would like to purchase any of these. And then all that rests me is to say thank you so very much for watching. I have one more installment in this little mini series for you, which is coming on Sunday. And then I really hope you have the best day ever. Thumbs up this video, subscribe if you want to stay tuned for more new content, and then I hope to see you again in my next video. Bye-bye.